Everybody, it's Tiva, and we're live on TikTok. Haven't done it in a while, lot like this. I mean, we've been doing some stuff, and we'll be doing some stuff tomorrow, I feel certain, but this is more content driven. And we have a couple of questions that have come up, or ideas or concepts that have come up that I was going to explore a little bit. So we got a question about things in people's mouths, and we've actually had it go both ways. We've had people have things in their mouth when they're living with dementia, and you're trying to get them out because they aren't things you want in people's mouths. And then on the other hand, we have questions about people having things in their mouths and swallowing them, and is that a safe thing to do, and how they do that, and looking at dysphagia, which is problems with swallowing. And then we have trying to do things in people's mouths that we want to do that they don't appear to want us to do anymore, even though they're typically things you've done in the past. They're good for you, you're comfortable with them, but now not so much. So we're going to look at these three pieces, and I'm going to start with people putting things in their mouth that are not food items. Okay, so I'm putting things in, I'm putting them in two categories: liquids and solids. Okay, so I'm going to start with liquids and solids. Now, in the liquid category, I want us to think about the idea of dangerous, risky, annoying. Okay, so I'm putting something in my mouth.
You're going to want one of us to be part of this.
Probably at some point. Yes, we're asking whether or not I'll need help, and probably I will. So I'm going to be putting something in my mouth, and the question, first you want to get your thinking brain, this part of your brain, and the visual cortex and the sensory motor cortex and the language center to think about is, okay, she's putting something in her mouth that's not what I would have anticipated she's putting in her mouth. So you need to realize in that moment your brain just went, but you don't need to go. And that's what we might do if we're not careful. We want to sort things out. When we see something going in someone's mouth that isn't what we would have anticipated, we want to real quickly take a quick inventory. Do we think this is dangerous? Do we think this is risky? Do we think this is just annoying? It's like, wow, I didn't expect that. Surprising even. So I'm going to give you some examples of liquids that you want to sort of figure out. And I'm just going to pick them up. I'm going to tell you, all I'm going to do is pick them up right now. But that's not what I'm going to do in a few minutes. Just want to give you a heads up so nobody there freaks out on me, because I know that's a potential. Okay, let's say I pick up this.
Looks good.
Pesto Parmesan vinaigrette. It's in a bottle. Now, classically, this is a liquid, and you can hear that it's liquid. Normally, we would put this on something and then consume the thing with this on that thing. And that thing is usually a salad or vegetables or something. Certainly not just chugging it. Okay, so that's one option. Gonna give you that one. Oh, and then I'm going to give you
your favorite.
This one.
Good.
This one, which if you get up close and personal with it, you would recognize it as
hand sanitizer.
Hand sanitizer.
Yum. Similar to salad dressing.
Warning. For external use only, primarily your hands. Flammable. Keep away from fire.
Oh.
When using this product, stop use and call doctor if you develop, and keep out of reach of children. If swallowed, get medical help or contact a poison control center right away. Okay. And then it has what the ingredients are: water, glycerin, acrylates, stuff.
All stuff to eat, right?
All stuff. Great. That will kill stuff on your hands. Don't store above 105 degrees. May discolor fabrics. Yes. That's what that is. Option 2, usually used here. And then we have this one.
Super excited about all of these.
This, on the other hand, is something in the cup that you can't even see. Even when you look in the cup, you can't really see it. I mean, maybe you can tell what it is, you know.
Hopefully water, hopefully
Hopefully
not
water.
bleach, but I guess
Hopefully
we'll
I
find
don't
out.
find this poured in here and decide to drink it, or, you don't know. Okay. So normally when you see me with this, there is this sort of reaction. So with this one, what do you think it is? Annoying, risky, or dangerous?
Annoying at best.
Annoying, and it might be annoying because it's your favorite dressing. And I just jumped from it, and now you're like, no, now I can't have the rest of the dressing.
Mm-hmm.
Or because I'm going to spit it out.
Right.
Or,
It's going to be a mess.
I mean, it could be a mess.
Either way, there'll be cleanup involved,
There'll
for
be
sure.
potentially,
And it will smell like pesto.
Well, I don't know. You're about to find out. So
Luckily, we have some cleaning products as well, so
Okay,
good
then we
news.
have hand sanitizer. What are you thinking about this one?
Probably tasty.
Risky.
Risky. We're saying risky.
It's a small bottle.
It's a small bottle. How much can I take in? It's probably not dangerous.
Not
We're going to have to
gonna
go to
kill
the
you.
emergency room.
Maybe.
Possibly, very likely it's going to be not. Well, we'll see. All right, let me get to this one.
Danger.
This one is dangerous because it literally does destroy tissue. It literally...
And it doesn't take much.
And it doesn't take very much.
And it's more
this one is
concentrated.
Danger. It doesn't say call. This one says first aid, call poison control center. Have the, blah, blah, blah. It's pretty, it's great big danger. So things like antifreeze, things like ammonia, things like this, cleaners, those are pretty dangerous things for me to have. So what we're going to now do is talk about, so we need some response strategies, okay? Because we've decided we're using our brain. We're not being primitive. We're not being reactive. I'm obviously at this point, Amanda, what do you think? Do you think I'm in a diamond state, clear and sharp? Do you think I'm emerald? I'm just doing little episodes of
If
journeys.
you're picking these up and drinking them?
Yeah.
No, we're in a pretty clear amber state, maybe ruby depending.
Amber ruby, because this is gross motor, so I could do it with gross motor. Ruby amber is when we start having problems recognize objects for use. And so I look at the object and I try to figure out how to use it and I make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where I'm mistaken. An object that has an opening and you unscrew it, everything that you open and unscrew is something you should drink.
It looks like a water bottle.
Looks
you
like
got
a
it in the
water.
fridge.
I had it in the fridge, it looks good. So I'm gonna take it and drink it. So that's what we have to recognize. Wow, I'm working with a pretty damaged brain. I'm probably not going to be great at language either. I'm probably not going to be terrific at reasoning and being logical in this moment. I'm also probably going to still be pretty strong, but not necessarily super skillful. I'm also not going to be able to see things from your point of view. I really can't see it from your point of view. I don't see anything wrong with what I'm doing. So if you try to oppose me, we have a high risk that I could really think you're the thing that's dangerous. You're the thing that's creating the problem. And I might react to you in a way that is worse. Or
you might try to prove me wrong.
Might try to prove you wrong. And when we activate the primitive brain, we get fright, flight, fight, but then we also get hide and seek. And hide could be, I want to get all the stuff out of the bottle and into my mouth, because once I have it in my mouth,
It's
it
yours.
is much harder for you to get it out.
You win.
So what we don't want to do is get into the game of hide and seek, which means if I'm hiding something, you start seeking. And instead, you've got to really create an opportunity where something else is going to draw my attention. You're not interested at all in the thing I have. Because the more interested you are in what I have, and the more you try to get it back, the more likely it is to go from a hide and seek to a fight. Okay, so I'll start with this time.
Oh boy.
Oh, Deepa,
Yeah,
you were looking for
yeah,
dressing?
yeah,
Pesto.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now, shoot. Didn't quite work out because she pointed out logically and tried to get me to understand it. And I'm like, yeah,
Sure.
because I'm not getting all of her words. And this is the tricky part, because I seem to be agreeable and it's okay, but I'm just not getting it. So now Amanda's gonna do that and she's gonna try this. Okay, and she may need to sacrifice just a little of the pesto dressing.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is where we're thinking this is annoying, but is there really a reason to try to make me not do this?
No, taste it, because you're gonna just.
I'm not gonna necessarily like it. So what Amanda grabbed, she grabbed water and she grabbed a little glass.
Spittoon.
A spittoon. Well, she thinks. Or
You might put that one back.
I'm gonna give you another thought. What if you said, hey Tia, put it
Pour
in
it in
here.
there. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
and
was-
then have
that
me
was another
I got you. Oh, okay. So that is another thought.
I wasn't sure.
Depends
Yeah,
on how
so-
it goes.
You know, you might be able to save
You never know with
pesto
Tipa.
sauce here. You don't know. You might be able to save both.
Well, and if you put your mouth on it, especially for a restaurant or something, now it's not usable for
Right.
anyone else.
Exactly. So if
Essentially
you get me to
it's-
do this,
Try it. Yeah.
you want me to
Yeah, put it in the
put
cup.
it in here?
Yeah, just a little bit. See if you like it.
Okay.
You know that. That's good. Try it here. There you go.
Here, you get it.
Got it. Oh, they're good.
Yeah.
All right.
It does smell nice.
You want that?
I'm okay.
That's good.
That's good. Here. Wash it down a
No,
little.
I like this.
You like it? All right.
Now, this is where we would find this like, ugh. But one of the things we also want to remember, by the time I'm in an amber state, there might also be significant changes in my sensory system called gustatory and olfactory. So whereas you would go, oh, wow, that's a lot, I'm actually, that's good. And what you may want to look at is how much sodium's in it, because I suspect there's a fair amount. We'll find out.
Has some sodium, 320 milligrams per serving, 2 teaspoons. So you just got about 320 milligrams.
Oh, there you go. That's probably why
Are
I'm
you still
liking it.
drinking it?
It's not bad. It's got to. How bad could it be? It's pesto. So this is this thing where we think in advance it will be really awful. And we're thinking that, and we're taking what we believe our brain thinks and we're imposing it on, rather than try it and see what you think. And I'm not minding it, but because she's not making it a deal, I'm also not chugging it down, and I'm not, I'm sipping on it. And
And if I'm trying to get it away from you, then it becomes.
I gotta hurry up and take it
Right.
down, which we don't want to go with. So that was what we want to do when something's just sort of annoying. But we're surprised, and we've got to get out of the surprisement. I've been talking lately. Put your hand low back here. We need to get it so it's cerebellar. We've got to get it so it's a new sort of rhythm routine that you're into, and you don't have to think about it, because when you have to think, you have to use your cortical brain. But when you get into the habit of how to interact with me in this state, then you learn how to use your cerebellar brain, and it's just a pattern for you. It doesn't stress you, it doesn't overwhelm you, it doesn't like wear you out, because you're just aware, here we go. And here we go is just, I'm gonna bounce the basketball while I'm going down the court. And I know how to make a basket.
Yeah, and you get pretty comfortable saying, well, that didn't work. All right, what else do I have?
And that's the thing we wanna know. Well, that didn't work. Okay, so now you see me with this.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so wait, can you pause? All right, TikTok, what do you think? What should I do?
Ooh. I was gonna say, do you know where this is going? I do.
No,
Oh no, different
where
question.
this is going.
Okay, good.
She is going to try to drink this. However,
So what are y'all thinking out there? What do you think the best solution to this is? Do you think it's still to try to grab my arm when I bring it to my mouth? Do you think it's, Tina, no.
Just tell her it's hand sanitizer. You're not supposed to drink that.
Well, that worked
right.
really well with
Yeah,
the pesto.
all right, so
It's hand sanitizer for people who are asking. It's not the first time she's had a
Not the
sip
first
or
time
4
she's
of these.
tried it.
Okay, so what did I do the last time?
we're willing to pour something if I asked you to. I don't really though want you to pour this, so I'm gonna have a substitution ready because I'm hoping you'll try this instead. Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, teapot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
This one.
Oh yeah, you should
This
have
is the
that.
good one. This is yours.
No, I'm good.
You're good? That's not good. Ugh. Here.
Oh.
I know it. Here. This is a fine one. I know. Here, yeah. Ugh. I know it. Try that. This is just water.
I need.
A wipe.
Yeah.
There.
That's
Wipe it off.
shitty.
I know. It's so yeah.
What'd you get him?
I am so sorry. Let me mark that one as do not drink.
Yep.
Now, my question is, how did it get left out?
I know, I forgot it. We went on the
Whoops.
trips and then I left it by the door because I was thinking I was going to come back in and grab it. And
That's where the thing that is frustrating is that all it takes is an uh-oh to lead to an uh-oh. But it's just an uh-oh. So what happened this time when I tried it in my mouth?
it really was overly alcoholic.
It's burny.
Yeah,
It's
correct.
burny. It's not even like mouthwash. Mouthwash, Scope mouthwash, some of those mouthwashes have a lot of alcohol.
So,
What we know is that people who had, back in the past, people who had problems with alcohol addictions, one of the things we would move out of the way is mouthwash, because even though it's not really great alcohol, it's alcohol, and your primitive brain says, go for it. But even that was pretty nasty. So guess how much I took in?
probably not.
Tiny little bit. Would you call the poison control center?
No.
Would you keep an eye?
I would sure. Well, probably not even.
Probably
I
not
don't
even.
think it's that
You know,
big of a deal.
again, more importantly is give me something
It's just
else to
something
drink.
else. Yeah. Now, if I were
I mean, if I jump,
water's probably not the thing that would really do it, but if it's all I've got, it's all I've got.
But yeah, I mean, you gave me something. I'm drinking something else instead. Maybe I was thirsty.
Maybe.
Maybe I was just curious.
Yeah.
We don't know.
So from now on, this doesn't stay out in public space where it's visible.
Or you might try a child-proof cap. Sure, as a starter, because that's going to give you the opportunity to take over and try to help if it won't come off. So there's a couple of things, but maybe just in case, because, you know, we go places a lot.
Yeah.
And you think you'll remember,
Yeah.
but it gets busy on the entrance and the exit and the picking up.
And all it takes is just setting it down and forgetting it.
And then I find it again, and, you know, tricky part is I don't always remember. I don't always remember those things. So now we're going to get to this one. Now this one, I pick it up,
Oh boy.
and this one is the one you think you've got it in a cabinet.
Yeah.
This is the point in my dementia where you must secure, and I mean absolutely secure, things that have the potential to harm me. Because I absolutely do not have the ability to discern what is dangerous and what is not. So you can't just put it in the bottom cabinet and think I won't notice it. Put it in the back and leave it there. It has got to be locked and secured. So you may have to actually consider buying a padlock and securing something.
And it's
Because
not because you're trying to
No.
do anything.
No,
Why
it's-
is it that people will seek something like
well, it's just curious. And now I'm thirsty, and without thinking, I'm just gonna, yeah. Well, that's not.
Yeah, that is. Ugh. That's not a good one.
Isn't it milk?
Oh.
Now, I'm kidding because in some ways, but no, I mean, think
But if
about
it's
it.
gotten to this place, there's really not a lot I can do other than
Right.
just be
Hold on tight.
super demonstrative that,
Oh,
that is
yeah,
off.
that is spoiled.
Wow,
Oh.
that is bad.
And that-
Hey, Chipa,
Yeah.
let's get a different one.
Ooh, this
Let's
one?
try, well, here, this cup here.
Okay.
That one looks like a good one. Oh, it's empty. Let's go get some water.
Water. Okay. I want milk.
Milk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because really and truly, unfortunately, given the limitations of my brain, what I might have thought
This looks like milk.
sort of looks
good.
like a milk container. You'd have to be able to read the words, understand all the words, and appreciate what it is.
And remember that we don't store milk
And remember, you
under
don't
the sink
store
and
milk under the sink. And so, yeah, I shouldn't drink out of a gallon jug. My brother did it a lot when he was a kid.
Mhm.
It's why I would never drink soda after.
Gross.
Yeah. So those are examples of putting liquids in that you don't want me to, but if I have a mouthful of bleach, the idea would be if I do get a chug, spitting it out and then calling
Instead
poison
of saying,
control.
Keepa, spit it out, spit it out, spit it out.
Because if she comes toward me, I'm very likely to pull back and then try to swallow her, get her away from me. So she wants to demonstrate what she wants. And we also want to, you do want, I would say if I'm in this state, you do want poison control number right by the phone. When you have little kids, you should have poison control number right by the phone on the fridge. But you also want it for me because I can make mistakes that can really be costly. I could get under places. And again, securing areas, number one thing. All right. Now, let's go with, I'm going to drink something. Oh, no, I'm going to eat something. Okay. I'm going to give you some examples of things I might put in my mouth. Okay. So yeah, we got your
Peanut butter, do you have your Scrabble tiles to scoop it up with? Oh, good. All right, well.
I have a bath bomb that looks sort of like a little cake of some sort.
Yeah, I bet that's going to be tasty.
I have really hard pretzels.
But they're so good.
Really hard. The problem is I have dentures.
Right.
Or I actually have a partial plate. So when I chew on these are so hard at this point because they've sat around for a long time. I could actually break off a part of my denture or my partial plate or fracture a real tooth because I will bite and grind and try to get it if I'm really committed because it's just tough and I'm trying to.
You should not be doing
Yeah. They're all fake.
that. Doesn't make them.
And then we have crackers.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
just crackers. And the reason I have crackers, one more. Raisins.
Oh, those look sticky
Okay.
and small.
So the reason I have some of these different things. Wait,
Yeah, I'm gonna say there's one more.
one more. Rocks.
Jelly beans?
Well, sort of. Cat food, dog food, rocks. Okay,
Right.
so of all the things that I've mentioned, are any of them out and out dangerous for me to put in my mouth?
I don't know what's in the bath bomb, so not positive on that one.
Okay.
Rocks are, because of their size, they're
Passable.
maybe.
They can go through the thing.
Can you eat something that big? Or
I
is it going to
probably
get
would.
caught in your...
I probably would not want to swallow something.
I don't
This
think
is
so.
a pretty big
That's
bite.
big.
I mean, it's a possibility. Probably what I'd do is manipulate it around and then want to get rid of it.
Grind it around on your teeth a little
I mean,
bit.
it's possible. I mean, I don't think I'd try to swallow it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't, but not right now.
It's too big.
Okay.
I mean, it would be hard to swallow. I think most people this size, smaller, yes.
Yeah.
But,
That one's on the edge for me.
it'll come through.
I may or may not have eaten a rock as a child.
Beads
I'm
come
pretty sure it works
through.
out
I've
okay.
seen them.
Beets.
Beads.
Beads, yes,
A
that's
little
true.
beads. Pop beads. You remember pop beads?
Mhm.
Little pop beads?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. They
Those
came
pass?
through.
Oh, nice.
You want to know who they came through on? I'm looking
Which
at
one of
two
us?
girls
Dang.
This was something you would do. One would do it, the other would do it. You guys had it in your, and we found different color ones coming out the other end.
Yeah.
So do we want to look at it coming out the other end? Yeah, but for really small things, honestly, guys, we get sometimes so bent out of shape. Do you want it in my ear? No. But going through my gut, you can put things through your gut and it comes out the other end. Pennies happen all the time. Times happen to people. It's not preferred, but it's more risky than it is dangerous. What becomes dangerous is your interaction with me. If I scare your brain and your brain decides it is dangerous, then you can make this truly dangerous. So one of the things to consider is I put something in my mouth. Let's start with the rock.
Okay.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than the raisins, yes, let's start with the rock.
Okay. Now, one of the things you might want to think about, if I'm starting to put things that aren't food in my mouth, think about having little food stashes of things that are food around that you have to offer. Because at our place, what we say is substitution, not subtraction. So we want to do something that's in substitution. So if I start with a rock, or if I do something, you might have some crackers, a few crackers laying around, graham crackers, or little small crackers. You might try oyster crackers, which are the little roundy ones that you put in tomato soup sometimes. They're things you can pick up with your fingers, and they're small. And so what I'm not going to do is put the whole cracker in my mouth, which is the other thing to think about. You may want to break things up into smaller bites or pieces. So what Amanda's trying to figure out how to do is how to get things out in presentations.
But also, I have learned in the past not to give her the whole thing, because if I give her the whole thing, it's all going in. No, I didn't give it to you. I was teaching you not to give it. And she will shove it in, plastic and all. So the danger of saying, here's the substitution, is that all goes in their mouth.
Or I keep putting it in.
Right.
My mouth is already dry because I didn't have anything to drink.
We're not breaking it up.
And
So
we're not, yeah,
thinking ahead a little bit, moving this out of arm's reach, and then having
out of visual range.
this one for replenishment, but this one for ease of
And
grabbing.
probably
You can't really do
even
this, right?
Consider this, so that when I put it in, it's gonna occupy my mouth. But if I already had this in, you're not giving me another large thing,
Right.
okay? And then Minda can also try to see if she can get it out. So we're gonna pull the chair over. Let me get the pesto. Let me get the pesto out of
I'm thirsty.
It goes nice with crackers.
So you can
You want
just
me
no, I actually have to put the stuff down
Oh.
there because I got a feeling you may need your body here
Yeah.
for a few. So I put the rock in. Huh?
Spit that. I'm gonna try that one. Yeah. Good. Yeah. There you go. Do these. That's it.
Now, what did you notice I did?
God. I need to give her something to do with two hands. And so in order to get that to get out, I don't want it, but I also don't want her to keep it in her hand because every bite she's gonna try it again.
And it's in my left hand. The good news is I'm more right-handed than left-handed. So it's less likely, if she keeps to have things coming in on my right, she can get there. Now, why did I take it out?
It was too hard to eat.
I was trying to get the other thing in, and I'm just moving it over to the side. Be aware I might very well pop my teeth out too with dentures at this point. So this is the point where I keep taking my dentures out or my partials out at the table whenever, because I'm trying to eat and they're getting in my way. So this is
So
the
would
same
you
kind of
respond if I showed you, like if you had that in before I do any other food, because I'm worried about putting more in?
Yeah.
Would you respond if I show you to take it out?
Probably not.
No.
Probably not. I mean,
It's not until you
yeah,
do
it's
something.
only when you go to do something else that I have the potential. And it's a potential, I may not, but the thing is I can't really chew with this in here.
Right.
That's my problem, I can't get it to chew. And I do get that, and I like that. So we want to have things that I tend to like around and present them.
Ooh. Ooh, now that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here. Here, do the whole one. Here. Put it in there. There you go. That's it. There we go.
So what you see me doing is hiding. Because I'm not quite ready to give it up.
And that's fine, I don't need it.
How many of you remember when you were little, there's this thing that has layers and layers and layers, and it's hard.
Oh, a jawbreaker.
A jawbreaker. How many of you remember jawbreakers?
Yeah, you work on that thing.
You work on it, you work on it, you want to keep it, or little red hots. I mean, there are hard things that we mess with. So sometimes we're so committed to trying to get away. The thing about this, now what's happened to the thing in my pocket?
We're good.
We'll find it when you go to the bathroom and we hear the clattering of things
Yeah.
falling out of your pockets, and we're like, what is that? Nothing? Let's just keep going.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Did you want more or are you good?
No, what I am gonna have you, did you have a question?
We have a comment. It's interesting how many of the tips are similar to how you would treat young children, and
Yeah.
what's the difference?
Yeah, and so the similarity is that my brain function, my ability to sense danger or risk, or even, I do pick up on you're annoyed, but I don't see it as dangerous to me. I see you as dangerous to me.
Right, because I've never had that power over you.
Yeah, who do you think you are?
So
Get
with
your-
a kid, it's different though, because I'm your compass and you're going, oh, I did something wrong. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my. But I'm teaching you this thing.
Whereas small children, also, you're bigger than they are. And if you were to try to get something out of their mouth, you could possibly, I still hesitate because little kids can, but it's not permanent teeth. There's lots of things, and you can sweep from the back to the front, and you can get everything at once. You're not gonna be able, even if you get your finger in, you're not gonna have to.
I can't even imagine doing the thing. that I
It's
do.
very risky.
Right.
It's very risky. If you are gonna put something in my mouth, you
What if
really
they
do
swallow
wanna
a
think about
pokeberry?
something large and sort of relatively soft. Like that.
Mm-hmm.
You are gonna put something like this. When that's in there.
Oh, so that you can't bite my finger. If I put this in, you really
Yeah,
couldn't.
it's a
You
lot.
also can't swallow because
I
you
can't
can't
swallow.
suction.
Right.
Yeah, cause it's here.
Okay.
And you have to check it out alright at that point.
Not that we are condoning any of
We
this.
are not,
We are
saying
saying
if you're desperate
if
in
you're
this
in a
really bad situation, this is the kind of thing you would want to use, not something else.
the other thing to aid in swallowing, if I've substituted successfully 3 cracker pieces, at some point I need to transition you because your brain will just keep doing that. And then I'll say, yeah, there we go. And then I may have to cue, depending on where you are, to switch to a slightly different piece. If you're still showing, now it's going to be trickier because if she has it, she's going to forget that this is here. So it's 4 bites, 1 drink?
5 to 1.
5 to 1. And so if I can think ahead or don't put fresh ones out until she's had a drink, if possible, I might be able to help you finish it better.
What you see me doing with each bite is a mature rotary chewing pattern. So I'll show it to you again. When I put this in, let me get sort of close. I'm using my preferred jaw. I'm putting the food between my teeth. And because it's not a nip, I already broke it, I'm actually putting it under my molars. And I'm growing. My tongue and my cheek are keeping the stuff coming together. I add saliva from my parotid gland under my tongue. And then I get it to where it's ready to be swallowed. And I suck it back and down and I swallow it. That's what we do. Now the water is sort of used to assist with the saliva to clear. And then I use my tongue to go around and find the extra stuff or negative pressure.
So what changes for people living? What happens that makes that not function anymore?
So that's a step sequence phenomenon. So I have to put the food in, I have to grind it up. The way I grind it up is a really skilled sensory motor activity where my teeth come down and they rotary chew, they lift, I squeeze in, I get the gunk to come together into a bolus is what it's called. But what I'm using is the very skillful sensation and movement that allows that to happen over and over until it's ground. And then I pull it over and then I put it on and I suck it down. What happens is the coordination. And so I start just munching. So I need another cracker or two. But I'm going to show you the difference between munching with a cracker. We've kept you guys well. Munching with a cracker.
So it just doesn't ever come together.
But I more or less can mash it, and then I can swallow it. What we want to be aware of is that there's a high risk of pocketing of some of the stuff falling to the outside of my lower jaw and hanging out here. If I lay back later, that will fall to the back, and my brain may not be alert enough to recognize it, and it may allow it to go into my respiratory system rather than my alimentary canal, into my digestive system. Watch what happens when I do it with raisins, though. I'm going to put a couple in. The problem with raisins, what are they?
Dried fruit.
A little dry. They're small,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't come together. The thing about crackers is when you mush them up, they become pasty. This,
They just fall apart almost.
I can probably get away with raisins. Carrots,
Yeah.
raw carrots.
Eggs.
More you
Shredded
do,
eggs.
it doesn't
come
dissolve, it just
apart.
keeps, maintains its structure, so, yeah.
And then you're gonna spit it out.
And I might spit it back out.
Yeah.
Or I might try to swallow it and I haven't chewed it enough. Or it just might hang out here. I don't swallow.
So what should people do when you notice this sort of pattern? What kinds of
Noticing
things?
this pattern, what we're really wanting to do is look at how we can bind and grind. So we want to grind, so there's not a lot of grinding the teeth have to do, but we also want to bind it. So we want to use things that are binding. Like if you think of eating potatoes, mashed potatoes, they're a binder. Egg is a binder when you combine it with other things. You want to look at how you can create things that sort of stay together. The difference between meatballs and ground meat.
Mm-hmm.
So we can do things like in a taco, if I add black beans, like refried beans, and I add some melted cheese and I do the ground meat that way, then it helps bind it. So we want to be thinking about things not falling apart, things not being all over the place. But we also want to think about when I do things, do I enjoy what I eat? Because that's going to also be a challenge. And is it bite-sized? But we want to keep it small.
Like even this could become a lot
If
of
I put
work
it in.
if you put the whole thing in there. It's a lot. Whereas if I were to just simply break it before we do that, then now it's something you can do completely independently and I don't need to be in
And what happened is the front of my mouth,
Yeah.
not in the back of my mouth.
Mm.
And so now I'm not really thinking swallow.
No.
Because it's too far to
And
the
if
front.
you do get this point, you took too big of a bite or something else, this is where, how do I want to introduce the water?
Yeah,
because
you
I
have to
don't
be
really want to give you a big
real
drink
careful.
of water.
Yeah, so it's a little sip of water.
Or maybe even at this
Or
point
maybe
would be
even
a
with
good.
a straw. Because what you're causing me to do is I suck and then I swallow. I suck and then I swallow. Right? Yeah. All right, guys.
5 minutes.
That's what we wanted to really mostly talk about tonight. We could go further in some of the thinking through this stuff. Let's go with the peanut butter for just a second. The thing about peanut butter, how many remember the dough? Roof of your mouth. You get peanut butter on the roof of your mouth and how you get off.
Mhm.
And there's a joke. I don't remember the details of it, but I remember about peanut butter up to the roof of your mouth. There's something about it.
Maybe somebody
Like
out there
Herman the
knows
Worm or
that.
something. Yeah, there's a.
So, this is roasted peanut butter.
Mm.
The problem is it's a little bit sticky. So, if I get a large bite of something that's a little bit sticky and gooey, it's going to be more difficult for me to manage. So this is where spreading peanut butter on things, putting peanut butter on things, rather than eating peanut butter out of a jar. However, you come upon me. I've already got some in my mouth.
All right.
And I'm scooping again.
Ooh, Tifa. Yeah. Spread that.
Spread
Mm-hmm. Scoop it up.
Scoop it up.
Yeah. Scoop it up. You
Yeah.
hold on to it.
Okay.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got it.
Got it? Mm. What's that?
Why?
Rocks or raisins? My favorite game.
Rocks or raisins?
Oh, good. Good raisins.
Great,
Raisins,
perfect.
that was a good one.
Have at it.
Mhm. That's a lot, I bet.
But what are you learning about what's around in my environment
We want to be really thoughtful about what we leave out.
and what I can get to?
Mhm.
Because I almost guarantee you it wasn't left out, but I get curious. Remember that game of hide and seek?
Mhm.
What was I playing this time?
I was not hiding them for the game part of the day. Oh, that's a really good bite. Look at that. That's like, you didn't let them get a picture. So it's really good.
Cool. Very good.
Yeah, you want that one too? See?
Yeah.
1,
No.
2.
Two. Yeah.
Aha. Mmm. There you go.
Just in time.
Where's the hand sanitizer?
Over by the bleach.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now we're kidding a little bit, but really we are. This is the point where I can wear people out.
I need little doses where I'm full on and then I need a break. I need someone who could step in and do this equally.
You need to have a partner in crime.
What might help, a lot of people don't think though, to take a video of me doing this kind of work, even though it feels really mundane and it's just part of my life, that can set someone up, especially if I've hired professional help or if I have a family or a neighbor or somebody who's willing to spend a little time. It can be a lot. So if I have some good videos of me doing something,
Because it can help their brain learn to bounce the basketball while they go down the court.
Right.
Because it's going to be hard. Because if I'm a seeker. and
Oh my
I'm
God,
a-
she ate paint. What do we do? Oh my God, everybody panic. Oh no.
Oh.
Hey, it's your toothbrush. Come on, let's go.
One more.
Oh, good.
And this one is a bath bomb. Now, I happen to know what's in it. And all it is stuff that you probably wouldn't like to eat. It's baking soda, it's citrate, it's...
I have an idea though.
Oh,
All right, hang on.
Yeah.
Give me just a second before you get all excited.
Before you eat your bath bomb, hold on.
Just enough.
I might have just enough water left. All right, let's try.
Ooh.
Tina! That goes in here. Oh, it goes, yeah, drop it. Listen.
Oh. Oh. Plop, plop. Fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is.
Woo! Look at it go. Look at it go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like Alka-Seltzer.
Me neither.
Mm-mm.
Let's get water.
Okay.
Let's do it. If I don't like it,
Sometimes you get lucky. And
Yep.
you know what?
Shoo.
Celebrate the luck. Because plop, plop, fizz, fizz was something that was around when I was a kid. And I don't like Alka-Seltzer.
Yay! We found a winner. She likes
All
it.
right, so we need to
But-
keep some Alka-Seltzer around to drop in stuff, and then she won't eat it.
We're fine.
Okay,
Ah, So
we're learning.
that's our program for tonight. I hope it was helpful. I hope we got you thinking. We hope you got your brain activated and you're thinking about learning how to bounce basketballs. Because you never know when you might run across somebody who could use a little support, guidance, information. Sometimes we're the thing that makes the difference. Oh, look.
Oh, there's a treasure in the. That one's nice and smooth. That will pass no problem.
That would be real easy.
And that's a fun
All right,
project. Where does it
everybody.
come out?
Take care with care. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for
Bye,
joining.
guys.
Bye, guys.
Hi, I'm Tifa Snow, and you just found our YouTube channel and watched one of our videos. I'm the owner and founder of Positive Approach to Care. Thanks for watching, and if you liked, if you have a comment about, or you would, please share it with people you know. Oh, and if you haven't yet done it, consider subscribing. We'll let you know when the next new video comes out, and you might want to visit our website, www.tifasnow.com, where you'll find other resources as well. See you there.